Hello, friends. Welcome back to Light Up the Holidays. This week is our last week of December, and we are celebrating our final holiday. It begins on December 26th and it goes until January 1st. This holiday is Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is a celebration of African heritage, culture, and unity. And we are going to learn how it is celebrated by people all over the world. My First Kwanzaa by Katz. Hooray, hooray! It's time to get ready for Kwanzaa. First, we get the kinara. It's made of shiny wood. I put in 7 candles, 3 red, 1 black, 3 green. We light a candle every night to celebrate a special idea. Mommy brings the kimbobe, the unity cup. For each child, we place 1 ear of corn, called muhendi, on a straw mat. My brother adds apples, yams, nuts, and squash. The fruits and vegetables, mazo, remind us of the end of the harvest and the beginning of the planting season. Just like in Africa. Umoja, unity. On the first day of Kwanzaa, neighbors come to visit. We ask, Habari gani? That means, what's the news? We laugh and talk and sing. We are friends and family. Kujicha gulia, self-determination. On the second day of Kwanzaa, I ask Mommy to braid my hair in a fancy African way. It makes me feel proud. Ujima, working together. On the third day of Kwanzaa, we plant flowers in the lot next door. We all work together to make our neighborhood pretty. Ujama, helping the neighborhood grow. On the fourth day of Kwanzaa, we buy special food for our celebration. We like to shop in our neighborhood stores to keep our businesses strong. Nia, purpose. On the fifth day of Kwanzaa, I dream of what I can be. Someday, I will be an African dancer like my Aunt Tasha. Kumba, creativity. On the sixth day of Kwanzaa, my cousin and I paint a clay pot and weave some baskets. We will make our house beautiful. Imani, faith. On the seventh day of Kwanzaa, we light the last candle to show our faith in ourselves, our family, our future, and our past. Grandma gives us zawadi, gifts for promises we have kept all year. A handmade doll for me, and an African shaker gourd for my brother. At last it is time for our feast. We call it Karamu. Friends come over and everyone cooks delicious African foods. The house smells so good, spicy chicken and sweet yams. We all take a sip from the unity cup and share our wonderful meal. Then we sing, dance, play music, and celebrate. Happy Kwanzaa! A note about Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is an African American cultural holiday that was first celebrated in 1966. The name Kwanzaa comes from a Swahili phrase that means first fruits. Its creator, Dr. Maulana Karenga, based Kwanzaa on harvest celebrations traced back to ancient African civilizations. The holiday is celebrated from December 26th through January 1st, with each day focused on Nguza Saba, or the seven principles. Africans and African Americans of many different religious faiths and backgrounds celebrate Kwanzaa. For our Kwanzaa craft, we are going to be making a Kwanzaa mat, or makeka in Swahili. We will need our black, red, and green construction paper, a ruler, a pencil, scissors, and then glue or a stapler or even tape at the end. So let's get started. This all came, well, the paper and instructions all came in your kits if you picked those up at the library. And those are the instructions I will be following as we go along. So first, we're going to start with our black piece of paper. Now it says, fold the black paper in half so the short edges meet. This will make the frame for the mat. So go like this. We meet the edges up, like so, and fold. Next, cut the folded edge to within 1 inch of the opposite side. So that means about 1 inch from the end, you want to leave uncut. So you don't want to cut all the way through. You want to leave a border here. So you're not going to cut all the way down, and I'll show you. We're going to make 7 cuts about 1 inch apart to make 8 1-inch sections. Ruler. All right, so this paper is about 9 inches. So 7 cuts would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there, and then it leaves us. So we're just going to make 8. There we go. Then we're just going to make a little mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we're going to keep it folded as we cut. All right, are you ready? Here we go. First cut. Now remember, don't cut all the way through the paper. If you would like, you can, here, let's just do this. Just to remind ourselves not to cut all the way through. Let's draw a line. Stop! Don't cut past this line. All right. And it doesn't have to be exact. It just doesn't, you just don't want to go all the way through. So if you go a little bit over the line, it's no big deal. I promise. Watch your fingers. There. All right, so now, look at that. We have all our strips cut, but they're still attached to the paper, okay? Now we're going to set our black piece of paper aside. For the next set of instructions, it says to cut 1 inch wide strips from red and green paper, cutting from long edge to long edge of each sheet. So what that means is, because this is the long edge and this is the long edge, and it wants you to cut like this, okay? So we are going to cut 1 inch apart and make 8 sections. Again, I'm going to get out the ruler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just going to do it all the way across because it doesn't hurt to have extra. Now I'm going to also draw lines across so I don't get all crooked with my cutting. Sometimes you get cutting and things get a little crooked. So if you draw the lines, it helps you stay on path. And it also helps to line up your ruler on that side so you don't draw crooked. Because if you draw crooked lines, then you're gonna have crooked pieces anyway, instead of just straight ones. So you want to make sure you line up your ruler so it's flat against the edge, so your lines are straight. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I made 8. Make one more just because. All right, there we go. 8 strips. Now, if you're feeling brave, you can put the green paper underneath the red paper and cut them together. But they might slip and you might not realize it and it might be crooked. So it's completely up to you if you'd like to do it each individual, okay? But here we go. We're going to cut all the strips out. I'm going to go with cutting them all at once. I'll let you know how it works out at the end. There we go. We have our green and red strips. I've got my extras if I need it. Now we're going to separate the red and green. We're going to alternate red and green as we weave our mats. Now, traditional mats are made out of straw. We don't have straw, we have paper, but we still get to weave nonetheless, which is fun. I don't know if you've ever weaved anything, but I remember weaving baskets when I was younger, and it was a lot of fun. 1 strip, 2 strip piles. All right, next, what do the instructions say? It says, weave the strips over and under the cuts in the frame, alternating red and green strips. All right. I'm going to do it on this side so you can't see my pencil marks. And here we go. So it's going to end up going through like this, okay? Just like we cut. So we're going to start underneath the first one, and then over the next one. And then lift up, underneath the next one, over top, lift up, underneath, on top, lift up. There you go. And then we're going to glue the ends here. Next, we're going to do our green. Now, do you see in the picture how it alternates? So it's going to go under, over, like so, just like we did before. It's going to alternate now. Under, over. Now under this one, over that one, and under the last one. And because it's all lined up beautifully, you can just glue under here, and you won't be able to see any difference. But see how the checks line up like that? All right, let's do the next one. Getting the hang of it. It's pretty fun to weave, isn't it? All right, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. There we go. All right, let's keep going. All right, I'm done weaving all my alternating colors. Now it's time to glue. You can use regular glue, or I'm just going to use a glue stick because I have one available. So I'm going to go through and lift up each of my tabs. And like so. This is just so it doesn't slip around and come apart on you. Make sure they're all lined up before you start gluing, though. Make sure the tabs are lined up. So now I'm going to do the bottom. Next tab. And the red tabs. And remember, we were alternating, so now we have to flip it over to do the green. I'm going to use this side as my top. So make sure that I do it neatly. Like so. Now, if you want just a plain black border all the way around, and you don't want these going to this edge, you could just cut this off right here and then glue this one down on this side. But I am totally okay with this going all the way to the end. So I'm going to glue it right there. But it's just a different way you could do it. For me, the fun part was the weaving part. I've never woven with paper before. That was pretty cool. There we go. Then you just let that dry. And you are ready for Kwanzaa with your Kwanzaa mat. And now, as we learned in our book, you put this down first, and then you put all of the other things on there, the corn, the candles, the unity cup, and all the other fun things that come with the tradition of Kwanzaa. So, enjoy your holiday season and have a very happy new year. Happy Kwanzaa! Bye-bye.